Let's start with a hard truth. If you're about to graduate and still don't have a job offer, you're not alone. But you're also not stuck because of the reason you think. Most students in your shoes believe the problem is lack of experience. You've probably told yourself, I didn't intern at a fancy company. I don't have a real-world project to show, or I just started looking too late. But none of those are the real blockers. The real reason you're not getting hired has less to do with your resume and more to do with your clarity. Let me explain. When recruiters scan entry-level candidates, they know you're a student. They know you won't have 10 internships or 5 personal projects or a glowing recommendation from a VP. They don't expect you to be fully trained. What they expect is direction. Most students apply like this. They open a job board, scroll endlessly, and apply to anything with the word analyst, coordinator, or junior in it. No intention, no plan. Just hope. But hope doesn't convert. When your application looks like it's trying to fit into every job, you end up fitting none. What recruiters are scanning for is this. Do you know who you are, what you're good at, and what you want to do? That is your advantage. Not experience. Direction. Let me give you 2 examples. Candidate A says, I'm a recent BBA graduate looking for a role in business, marketing, or data. I'm open to anything where I can learn and grow. Candidate B says, I'm a final year BBA student who's built out 3 growth funnels for college societies, and I'm looking for an entry-level digital marketing role in a startup environment. I want to specialize in email and retention. Both have 0 corporate experience. But which one looks like someone who knows what they're doing? It's the one with focus, because direction builds trust. So here's the real blocker. It's not that you don't have work experience, it's that you don't have a story. And the story isn't about faking some grand narrative. It's about knowing how to frame what you've already done, even if it feels small, in a way that shows your direction. This is what companies want. They want people who can grow, not people who are lost. They want people who can contribute with intention, not just show up and follow instructions. Now you might be thinking, but I don't even know what I want yet. That's okay, most people don't. You are supposed to have a direction that makes sense for your next move. And that's all we're focusing on right now, not your forever career. Just your next right step. So, how do you figure out that direction? Here's the simple 3-part framework we'll build on in the next video. 1. What roles do you see yourself in, based on your strengths or interests? 2. What industries or types of companies do you feel drawn to? Startups, finance, media, education? 3. What proof can you gather to back up your interest? This could be a project, a course, a part-time role, or even something self-initiated. That's it. Role, industry, proof. You don't need to master all 3 before applying. But if you're clear about even 1 or 2, your application will already stand out. Because now, it won't feel random. It'll feel intentional. Let's close with this. Companies are not rejecting you because you're a student. They're rejecting you because you sound like someone trying to get a job. Not this job. That's what we fix first. Not your formatting. Not your LinkedIn headline. Not your template. We fix your clarity. Because when you know what you're aiming for, every email you write, every application you submit, and every conversation you have gets sharper. So before we wrap, here's something to sit with. If someone called you tomorrow and said, "Hey, we have a role open, what are you looking for?" Would you know how to answer? If you can't answer that in 1 line, you don't have a job problem. You have a direction problem. And that's what we're solving, starting now. If this made something click, stay with me. You're not lost. You're just getting clear. Subscribe for more real talk on building work that fits.
Find your unique value, let it free. Stand tall, rise up, be who you wanna be. Your story matters, sing it loud and clear. You got that spark, ignite it without fear.